Abusian for hire for 1 year. Chelsea would give you a sesame question and says, so because all the latest update and browsing a big P update and also who dear could be. I was also ready with in a man could be subscribing a share. Yes, already in feeling chimney and candy one charming. At the Fëaṛ Kwabena do Boahene case and no na update kakra ba na Samuel is speaking on Nyama papa we are here no timi said ni case no we see na the airways another scandal IP ababo no acha sebeka no ankasa lawyer crow defend no ye hu be krampo wa de wafa na as national security personnel na wa we ye Nyama etia the state no eyama national security impo and you are the same people are more coming after a young crowd or more a year near Metia the state and moving Korea a 1 city near where they are the Bayano. About Bonama, Nanzo, so as I say, some people are hiding behind politicians in Teno or Moya near Mabasa. Not knowing, say, Siciano, there is a new dawn in town, or no one found baby of Fribiano, or bet you what so where your mind is account quandia, but make it just a barricova. Sabras is speaking on another scandal, just a Fëaṛ who do a Kwabena do Boahene at the top, a different is cow do a tranquil baby in Yama Bibri. I just a hitting after yes, I arresting on a young couldn't a lawyer, just a or about one chance.
I'm trying to perhaps get the import of your submission in relation to the question I asked about Kwabena do Boahene, because really you're just going left, right.
No, I'm not going left, right. So if that was the
Martin Pebo on the line.
If that was the principle,
you've made your submission.
No, Mr. Martin, if that was the principle,
I made a comment. Dr. Zato, I made a comment.
Okay.
You want to moderate the program?
No. Okay. I'm just saying, what has this?
Please let me ask. Just for want of time, the two of you, as well as you as well. Mr. Martin Pebo is a legal practitioner. He's always either on TV3, 3FM, on Joy, wherever. So he's a man of the society that we tend to use. He's going to the court. So quickly, there's a substantive question I asked Dr. Zato here, and I'll pose same to you. The underlying currents really on this very subject of the prosecution, of course, we've had again the rearrest following additional Kwabena do Boahene is the leaked memo, right? And for you as as one of the leading lawyers in Ghana who does public commentary and education, how do you think that helps his case, or is just supposed to influence public opinion about whether he committed an act or omission in relation to the subject matter?
Well, certainly it doesn't help his case directly. Okay, let's be very clear. It doesn't help his case that much directly, but indirectly, what it does is that he wants to become a national hero, right? Because it's now by his revelations showing that this is how state funds were misused, right? So if a man who was involved in misusing state funds comes out to reveal that to the public, he knows that he's not dragging only, he's not dragging only the people he's mentioned down, but he's dragging himself down. So it means that, well, okay, we did something bad. I'm now willing to inform the Ghanaian people that this is what we've done with your money, this wrong thing, right? So for me, I mean, if you leave the matter of the $7 million, that's about 49 million Ghana cedis that we lost. That's, you're talking about the Mayfair properties, he used our monies to buy, etc. Yeah, and that's the one is currently standing charges. You would see that for the national security revelations, we should commend him because it's good. What he's going to do is that there will be reforms. Politicians will be careful how they misuse our money, right? So yes, what we are saying, to be very clear, is that the revelations he gave are not an answer to the charges he's currently facing in court. Yes, Roland, let's be this repeat.
Okay.
The revelations he gave, the national security secrets that he's revealed, are not an answer to the current charges.
Okay.
Meaning that look, he's been asked to provide or tell us where our money is. He used a lot of the at least by Dr. Ayene's case. He used a lot of the money to buy properties from Mayfair Properties, 27 houses, right? And Dr. Ayene's case is that the money left the National Signals Bureau account, right? And went to Boahene's private account. And from that private company account, it went to the Mayfair Properties. We've heard Boahene saying that the private account was authorized for national security purposes. But so far, he's not been able to prove the authorization because even the national security coordinator couldn't have approved that account. It has to be the national security minister, right? Kandapa. So Boahene has not shown Kandapa approving the private account. So for now, in the absence of any evidence from him that the private account is authorized, the presumption is that that private account is his. And so the revelations he brought that he gave money to the president-elect, special aid, support for opposition party, Operation Calm Life, all those ones, that is not an answer to the charges he's currently facing in court. That is not an answer, but we are grateful for the revelations. Yes, the revelations, even if eventually he's convicted for them, Roland, I still stand by the point that it is good he has made the revelations so that we understand how politicians misuse our money. And see, the way we are angry about those revelations, it tells you that politicians should not use our money for those purposes. Support for opposition party, this. All those monies. No. Let's remember, let's look for parallel examples. When in the US, this noun lady, he was a man, but he's done a gender reassignment. Bradley Manning, you know, he's the one who helped bring out the WikiLeaks to give Julian Assange. And then now he's done a gender reassignment. So now he's called Chelsea. He's not a woman, transgender, Chelsea Manning, right? Yeah, in the US, he was eventually convicted. He went to jail. But the things that WikiLeaks brought out, those revelations about how the US as a superpower was misusing its global dominance and all that, you see that it shamed the US government, and I'm sure those things. So we too, now that we've seen it, yeah.
Okay, Dr. Kwabena, yesterday I spoke to some legal practitioners. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. And they said that you people, when you're prosecuting, I mean, you, the legal practitioners, you try on behalf of your clients to also infiltrate the public space with what they call red herring. Would you say, as a legal practitioner, even though you say this revelation of national secret is good for the public good, it is just also red herring within the realms of the prosecutorial processes, so to speak?
Yeah, yes, because it doesn't answer the charges. It doesn't at all. And then, you know, he came out and threatened that he will bring out more revelations if the prosecution continues. Yeah, so meaning that he wants to negotiate something privately. But it tells you that Dr. Ayine has a brief. He knows more about this case, he and his team, than us. To the extent that Ayine is not budging and the prosecution is ongoing, we can only presume that Ayine has done the risk assessment and he thinks that Boahene cannot damage this case. Because this case is specific, Mr. Walker. It's specific. They are saying that money left our public accounts, NSB official account, went to Boahene's private account because, as I've said, he's not shown the authorization, so it's his private account. And then from there to Mayfair Properties. In all, Boahene is said to have bought 27 houses. Then Mayfair Properties is around Oyarifa, right? So Boahene has bought a whole estate. And so Ayine is saying this money is our money. So when you bring out revelations that he gave President-elect special aid 5 point something million. Okay, so let's just we can round it up to, let's say, 5.1 million Ghana cedis to buy cars, those things, right? It's not an answer. It's not an answer to the 49 million, okay, or about 7 million roughly, that he has used to buy the houses. Because even there are issues of dates. The dates don't even check out. Now, he also made another revelation. Yeah, he paid 960,000 to the Defense and Interior Committee of Parliament. Yes, we've always known that the MPs take that money. He's not the first to say it, but it's good somebody from a high public office has come to say it. The last time, Joe Wise, I was on an interview on Joy FM with Joe Wise, and he admitted that, yes, they take that money. It's facilitation for their work. It's not corruption, right? So it's good that Boahene has also come out that, yes, he's paid the committees those money, because we are trying to, stop these payments. We want to stop the MPs from taking those monies. So you see that his revelations are going to help us in respect of keeping the public.
All right. My last question before I let you go. Someone says that it's a treasonable offense to reveal state secrets, and he himself in that memo said that he swore an oath, and so he's not supposed to reveal state secrets. So what are the implications of he revealing those secrets, so to speak, and also finding these in the public domain? And then, do you think that the legal representatives of the suspects are just, putting together a case to blackmail the state by so doing?
Okay, so number one, it is certainly not Ghanaian law that it is treasonable to reveal state secrets. That's not Ghana's law.
Okay.
Our constitution, if you talk about treason and high treason, Article 3 of the Constitution, Section 180 of the Criminal Offences Act, that's like 180, 181 ongoing. Now, when you define treason, yes, revealing this type of secrets is not. Treason for ours is when you act to overthrow the government. So maybe if the secret was such that if people had it, immediately rush to Billy House and try to overthrow the government, maybe, then we can look at it. But these ones don't qualify at all. So on the face of our law, ours is not treason. There is a number of years imprisonment in the Act 1030, that's the Securities and Intelligence Agencies Act, and also the Signal Bureaus Act. Yes, there are those, I think, about 5 years or so. So it's not treason. Number two, the fact that it may be an offense is no bar for Boahene to reveal. Where the public interest will be better served, yes, you can do it. Yes, because if the state is misusing money, misusing our money, you have a duty to help protect the public purse. So any good state will not prosecute you for that. Yes, maybe what you're saying is that the bosses asked me to pay this money, pay that money. I was under strict instructions, do this, do that. And then the revelations show that it's a complete waste of our money. Who would turn around to prosecute you? Such a prosecution is not good once the person can prove that it's the bosses. So if anything at all, rather you go for the bosses. So is it President Kufuor who authorized him to do those payments? Was it Bawumia? Was it Kenneth Oriata? So you go for the bigger fish if you can show the evidence is very clear, because you even then need Boahene as your prosecution witness for him to spill the beans. So those saying that he can go to jail, they don't understand what they are saying. Let's look at the purpose. If we find our money is being misused, rather we will use Boahene as a witness against the people who asked him to do that. But if it turns out that nobody asked him to do so, but he himself just did it by himself, then that is the case in which you can say that then he should be held accountable. That's why I said that by the revelations, I'm sure it's very clear to Boahene that even if he's not prosecuted for it, he has dragged himself down because he has admitted that these are the things I did. And he's telling us that those things are wrong. So why didn't he resist them? Why didn't he refuse to do? So you see that for these revelations, he's already put himself in a very bad light. But I'm sure it's clear to him that if the Ghanaian people hear this, will be outraged. So he saw that, well, let me speak the truth. I'll lose my name, but I'll serve the greater interest. So please, let's look at it from that angle. Let's not think that, oh, because we supported this government to come, anything that happens that's not good for this government should be swept under the carpet. We cannot do that. No, that's not how Ghana operates. No, we can't. We need a stronger nation. Yes, we sacked Akufo-Addo and his people, but if we saw that Akufo-Addo did certain things to the current administration, it's good that they come out so that we can caution the current administration that these things you are doing with Akufo-Addo in opposition, they are not on. We don't like them, so please stop.
Lawyer Martin Kwabena, thank you very much for your intervention and great education there. And that's where Dr. Tanko.
For this gentleman, I have friend Kwabena Boahene. Onono the same person na onono say sika wonya di wonya or the bito we emma even President Mahama or the bito we emma way in the aid NDC for a opposition MPs one you can't say me breed. But the question is, those leaks, scandals, not the bad ones, prove confirm say I'm poor fiscal nana because your haters were fiscal $7 million. And I also want some $7 million my fine me the to we cramp my president we the to we grandma we so can we no na ye jawa na assassin na president no who say the state into no we jawa na assassin you doing so no confirm some power fiscal no confirm say charges are what do the ball court no empire no cre na sabre no say the year boy and mama a year Dominica yene no enya asenketo imagine say NPP for ne say we need 2024 elections no and I go for damn that's why I attorney general for Ghana and NPP and but bad politics are yana politicians free say it's not someone now pointy a year in conformal mocovero institutions in it no no be occupy some institution in the name of Ghana and so no protect some political party na Ghana for as a whole ebre now so when the name assassin the new dawn I friend President Mahama na wabano even we na appointing crowd on she on found one chow she so right now no a yet I Dominica yini in Yamo or Sadia Coma court on any market to exposes I would do a Sadia Coma court I pay so I can't come near Dubai no since about power na Niema I was say quite said in a fashion no in been in the no but opposition no then go for a free say or my for manager party no na yemboni din no some people are hiding behind oh you suffer no more hiding behind that a posture a deep bonnie how do it here mine so right now as we speak yeah if you are do doors more than 20 houses they will say papa or this can behind the ato so also leak evidence. And our evidence now leaking is against NDC. Can you be smart? They be a bit smart, sir. Now why now appoint to call that National Security Bureau or no? NPP for now appoint to call. And our leak a kuta on scanner or can who is against NPP. So Ghana for your day. Ghana from cause NDC for some most made this can be almost a prosecuting. If said that is the case, a banner saying any power man is can be a dino or say after you or coming after you. So case I call back off, catch all the Charlie. Ye pese do koko to odwen ho sen. Oh, na se scan am mo person de me koko de ni se bi krampo mama. Mama idin e kire obi en ho asem. Na so no eye President Mahama ne eye ne nkrofo na me hu se. Ono ebi a me kase wa ba abobo ho bosia. Oso benye bi ama no. Na o ka cha ne se an scan am de ma no kra e bi ni menye Fëaṛ am de ma. Does it make sense? Did you say what risk could go our personal account to your manager padi and be now the talk ama President Mahama? If that's the case, Utoma President Mahama, man aid sikasi. Tama now this says can mom no can say a buying sika and a match go my personal account na me cheche na wudi ni. Sa na okay. Mika se me to no aba. Oh, President person me chawadi. We are former president, person me chawadi. Inti no je. On they fine. But anyenesa na wanga sa odi ade na koma na wi. Na ho asa sorry o says kan sa aka no sa we no cramp no. Enu bi na me de bro no. And no person Ghana for dey keep him out. So right now no age shikia no shiki courts e more evidence e echo ama the state enya update am se Kwabena do Boahene no enye business as usual. If say or actions be taken on be take na chese o mahu de o mede on be fair free. Send me bring na na ba abo ntimen ko e bia subscribe na share money so de enye binti afọ anso yakra.